That's what you need right before we hit record.
Jesus.
Welcome back to the RF Fitness Podcast. I am Rob Finlayson, your certified personal trainer, elder brother, and bike ride acknowledger. And I'm here with
Oh.
my co-host.
Rachael, younger sister, and certified fit person.
Yeah, you got a
Because
you got a badge and everything.
I did get a badge, yes. I got a badge from my Fitbit today that I hit my 10,000 steps goal, which was
Hooray!
great, which is also ironic because I biked a lot today and I did not walk much today.
Right.
Which makes me wonder, like, was I waggling my wrist about while I was riding my... Maybe I should
I'm
just to get the steps.
I'm not sure what the actual mechanics of like the step measurement is on those things because I'm definitely not stepping when I'm hitting my whatever thousand steps, for most of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely counts dancing. I can
It
tell you
should.
that.
Yeah, were you dancing a lot today?
I dance every day to the Bluey theme song.
What you know what? What a way to live your life. What a way to live your life. Dude, have you seen the newest episodes of Bluey?
Of course I have.
I have not. The super long one, The Sign.
The super long one that's like 28 minutes, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen yet. Apparently, the most recent 3 episodes is the end of the show. Like it's done. Yeah. Like I saw a thing on Reddit today from a guy who works at Ludo Studios, people who make it, and he's like, "Hey, I just wanted everyone to know that's it." Yeah, dude. And people are like, X fucking squeeze me, mate.
For real life.
For real life. That's what I said. Dude, the mods in the subreddit, because I'm on r/Bluey, obviously.
Right.
The mods in the subreddit were like, "Hey, we've confirmed this guy works at Ludo several times."
No.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're like, "No, we've talked to this guy. He's shown us proof more than one time that he works there currently." Yeah.
That's devastating news.
Awful news. Awful news.
Okay, well, in better news,
Yeah.
the reason I say I am a fit person is because I went to go see my chiropractor, Dr. Jamie, who is the owner of Health Path Chiropractic in Lino Lakes, Circle Pines, and he asked me how my day was going. I said I had just biked 3 miles, and he's just like, "You're just being a fit person," and I laughed and I said, "No, I'm not a fit person. I'm just like a fat person playing a fit person on TV."
Uh-huh.
And he essentially called me on my bullshit and said, if you want to be a if you the way you label yourself is how you go about your life, and if you say I'm a fat person, then you're gonna live like a fat person. And I was just like, oh, have you listened to the podcast? And he's like, no, I haven't yet. And I was just like, well, you're gonna hate it because all I do is talk about what a fat piece of shit I am. So I said, that is a good idea. That is a great points from the book Atomic Habits, which I plan to read. But it was a really good point. So now here I am saying I'm a fit person. I'm also declaring myself as a biker. I was biking with my bestie, and she was saying,
Which one?
Which bestie?
Yes.
Oh God,
I'm sorry,
whatever.
that was in the episode that didn't get posted. Okay, so first of all, real quick clarification here, guys. For those of you listening, this is our second time recording this episode of the podcast. Our first one, the audio got all fucked up, so we had to just scrap it. But that's fine. It was over 90 minutes, and it was extremely meandering. So we're going to do this again. So I might make references to jokes that were in that episode that didn't get aired.
Just gaslighting all of our listeners.
Gaslighting everybody. Oh, you guys weren't there for that? That's crazy. I could have sworn you were. What you were experiencing isn't reality.
Yeah, we had a conversation about the fact that I have approximately 18,000 besties.
Yes.
But no, so my bestie and I, were biking, and she said, "Are we bikers now?" And I was just like, "Bitch, look at us."
Look at us, bitch.
We are having this conversation while biking.
Upon bicycles. What more does it take? Vests?
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes, maybe safety vests that say.
Yeah. I was thinking like a biker's club vest, like a motorcycle
Ooh.
club.
Yes. I actually had a vest that was a mashup of Harry Potter and Sons of Anarchy, and it
Oh
had
my
like the
god.
Deathly Hollow sign, and it said like I think it said like Dementors or something
Oh
like
man. Yeah.
um yeah, but it looked like an MC
Yeah.
leather vest or whatever, and my husband used to ride a motorcycle, and
Yeah.
we wore it to this charity event for
Oh
motorcycles,
god.
and I thought it was just like funny because I'm
Okay.
just pretending, but apparently a lot of legitimate bikers go to charity events for biking, and
Weird.
a lot of other bikers did not think it was funny.
Did not appreciate you wearing club
Yeah,
colors that you don't belong to.
correct. And then this guy was just like, what the fuck is Azkaban? He's like, is that some he's
Read a
like,
book.
is that some German shit? I know colors.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, we
like
don't know how to fucking read, my guy.
I was like, well, you might know colors, but you don't know how to read.
Yeah. Tell me about scarlet and gold, the colors of Gryffindor, idiot. Is that their colors?
Yes.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so, but now I'm too fat to fit into that
Problem
vest.
solved. Yeah.
So, uh, I will eventually get skinny enough to become a Harry Potter.
Harry Potter one percenter.
Yeah, yes. Well, actually, just kidding. I can't. My husband sold his bike, so
Oh, well, what a shame.
yeah, no.
So we wanted to talk about a couple of specific things on our episode today. We had a
Yes,
great coaching call, which was separate from our episode recording. We're going to try and do that now on Fridays. Last Friday we had a great coaching call. We talked about a lot. It's now Tuesday. Some other things have happened in between now and then.
yeah,
Specifically, you had a plateau reaching a certain goal weight of yours
hmm,
last week, the week previous, and you were very, very frustrated about sort of stalling out for a long time, despite feeling like you were doing all the right stuff, making these different choices, putting in all this effort, and getting no like payout essentially
right.
on your
Which just
investment.
seems so early.
Well, and it is week. Okay, so that's actually something I did want to talk about before, but I didn't get a chance to. Is like week 3, and I was actually just talking about this with my small group training, who are also in week 3 right now. Week 3 is about the time when everyone on any program starts to like the wheels start to fall off. Like if you're gonna have a moment of like jump off, week 3 is when it happens. I don't know why.
By that,
Just
do you mean plateau or just start failing?
just like become disinterested in continuing the
Mm,
program. And it's
hmm.
usually because there's a plateau or because like for a lot of people it's like with the workout with the workouts, it's because like the novelty is worn off 3 weeks in. Like you're no longer excited about this thing isn't new anymore. It's not exciting and sexy and all this like the excitement of like I'm making a change, my rebrand is live, like all that stuff kind of like just becomes more rote and routine.
Right.
You know, and you're still putting in the effort, but it's like you said, still pretty early to like really start seeing payoff for a lot
Hmm.
of stuff. And it's like 3 weeks is not a long time to wait to see results, but 3 weeks is a long time to be putting in very consistent effort and seeing nothing for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which is shitty because it's just kind of how it is. Like stuff starts to really happen
Life be like.
like stuff starts to happen, like stuff starts to move like week 4 a little bit, 5 and 6 is where we start to like really start to notice big changes as long as we're being consistent and on program.
Isn't there a saying of like it takes blank days to make a habit or whatever?
I think it's like okay, so there it used to be I think it's like 28 days to make a habit of like a repeated behavior, but now it's like there's a 75 hard thing which I have fucking opinions about, which is like 75 days in a row of doing things to make it like a repeated behavior to make it a habit. And then I was looking at the science about it. Actually, it's like 68 days. It's like 66 days of making it a thing. So
Jesus.
I don't
Make
fucking
up your
know, dude.
mind. Right.
Just make
I
up
think
your
it,
mind,
yeah. Yeah.
psychologist. I think if anyone could make up their mind, it'd be a fucking psychologist.
Yeah, I think it would also super depend on the person because I feel
Yeah.
like, for me, which I have talked about previously in the podcast, of could this actually be it because I've been overweight my entire life?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is different to switch my lifestyle because it's been 33 years of this lifestyle, versus somebody who grew up fat or who grew up fit,
Mhm.
maybe gained some weight in college or gained some weight from a baby, and now they're trying to lose it, and
Yeah.
they're just going back to a previous
Hmm.
life. But I have always been in club plus size.
You've always shopped at Torrid.
I've always shot. Well, not shout out to mom for bringing me to Lane Bryant all the time when I was like 16, when Torrid was around. And I'm, oh,
It's not
I'm
in
just like,
mom's
where,
ecosystem of the mall. How is she gonna
I
know? You know.
guess, man, I'm just like wearing like button up and trousers in a size 16. Like,
The '90s and early 2000s, man, was just not a great time for like looks in general. I think.
hard agree. Yeah.
Hard to agree. But you broke this plateau.
I
We
sure
had
as
we had
fuck did.
yeah we had some weight loss success. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I had my plateau after just going so hard for 2 days. 2 days. When in the moment, I was like, it's been 48 hours of going hard.
Yes.
But now
Okay.
looking back, I'm like, 2 days, relax.
Whoa. Yeah.
Um, you know, but yeah, I was like desperately trying to think of someone to call. I called you, and then
I
you
was at
were
work.
getting somebody else fit.
Yeah. What an
Um,
asshole.
but yeah, I just like needed some support. I know what I need to do, just power through whatever.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, like I'm gonna have to give myself this talk, and I did, and it worked. And then hit my little mini goal weight. I don't have. We previously talked about this in the other call that was ruined, that I don't necessarily have a giant goal weight, like my final goal weight, which apparently is unhealthy, but I have little mini goal weights. So I hit
Yeah.
my mini goal weight, the one that I was hoping to hit by my party, then I didn't. But about 2 weeks later, I did. That's the point. It was
Yeah.
exciting. And then I hit it later in the week. Then the weekend came around. And
Okay.
I was just about to say, my husband makes a lot of food, and it's not necessarily always healthy. But I also have a gnarly habit of blaming everybody but myself
Oh, weird.
for
For things in general.
my weight problems.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, also just things in general. My bike lock like was not working today, as in
Yeah.
like it would not unlock my bike from a public place, and I was just like,
Oh.
my bike lock wants me to be fat. Um,
Uh-huh.
yeah, so no, I had Jets Pizza, which I went on a huge tangent about, because I love Jets. Had half of
Good.
it. God, they're so good. They used to have this like nuclear colored, not cheddar jalapeno sauce. That
Like
was
nuke
my
yellow or
lifeblood.
what?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Full of
Atomic yellow
artificial everything.
queso.
God, it
Okay.
was delicious. They discontinued it. Shit doesn't hit the
Weird.
same, but we'll still take it.
Yeah, probably not.
Anywho, yeah, so I had eaten some pizza,
Yeah.
and then, oh yeah, I had a Taco Bell quesadilla, uh, cheese quesadilla with tomatoes, double grilled. Shout out.
Are we shouting out sandwiches now?
No, we're talking about quesadillas. Don't get it
Oh, I'm
twisted.
sorry. A Mexican sandwich, but okay.
That's a torta. Thank you very much.
God, you're right. It is a torta. God, tortas fuck with the lights on, dude. It's so fucking good.
They fuck with the lights on? I have never heard that expression.
I
Oh
started
my god.
I started saying things fuck when it's really good a while ago, and Mo was like, absolutely, you cannot say that. I kept saying
You
it
mean
anyway.
you say it because of Sam?
No, I say it because I like Mo says she hates it. I don't know if Sam
Right,
says
but
that.
so Sam said it when
Oh,
we went
really?
out. Sam is my bestie friend.
Okay.
We went out to get ice cream, and she said, "This ice cream fucks." And I turned around and I said, "What did you just say?"
What? I've been saying it for like 2 years. I was like, oh, this
Okay,
movie.
that's
this movie fucks, or like this torta fucks.
With the lights on. Okay,
Well,
fair.
that's a new one. So Mo decides she hates it when I say things fuck, like 2 years
Yeah, it's
ago.
gross.
It's not. I kept saying it because it's funny, and then she eventually like, jumped on. She's like, you know what? I think I'm okay with it. I was like, great, because that fucks hard. That's what I started saying instead. And then just recently, we were doing something. I think I was playing Dungeons and Dragons. One of my friends was talking about a movie or something, and he said it fucks with the lights on, and I was like, man, that is way better.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's way better.
So okay, you say that and I think it's gross, but to rebuttal, I always say shut your fuckhole. Or no, I say mind your own fuckhole. That's what I say.
My God.
Yes. Oh, yeah, people, yeah, in grooming salons would be like, hey, do you need help with that dog or something? I'd say mind your own fuckhole. Man, we
That's
are
gross.
abrasive.
How despicable. God.
Mind your own fuckhole with the lights on.
Something from the last call that I did want to touch on again, because I think it's valuable to bring up, is that so in conjunction with you seeing this weight loss plateau break and you're hitting this goal weight,
Yeah.
couple things have happened in conjunction with that. One, we are and you have been incorporating more intentional movement.
Yes.
You mentioned the Fitbit. I think that was last episode we talked about that, so we can pass over that. But the Fitbit has been like, I feel like a really big move for you, just being like so aware of like what you're.
I think so too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been huge.
I've been wearing it every day.
Yeah, and you're tracking your stuff, which is perfect. You're like aware of your overall activity. You're neat. I talked about that. And you got your rebounder set up.
Oh yes.
In your basement, or in your upstairs, and
Yes.
you've tried it out a few times. Can you tell me how that's gone?
Terribly.
Okay.
Because I tried to do it around my daughter because I thought, like I had previously said, it would be a cool thing to do together, and it's also just kind of cool to have her hang out on it. Whatever, kids
Yeah.
love it. So I had decided this is going to be my first session. I turned on a YouTube video of a beginner session. Linnea, my kid, was, I don't know, doing something, not engaged with my jumping. And I just started very lightly jumping for like 10 seconds. And she immediately said, Mama down, Mama no, Mama no jump, Mama off. Just desperately pleading with me to stop exercising.
So was she like upset with you or like frightened? Like what do you think it was?
No, not frightened at all. Just
like mad.
bossy.
Bossy. The feeling I'm feeling is bossy right now.
It wasn't on the agenda for the day.
It's like the books, Ma.
I don't have Mama Jump on here, so Mama Down.
So Mama no jump.
I tried a million things to make it work, putting Bluey on TV, giving her a snack, blah, blah, blah. Nothing would be distracted by the chaos of me lightly jumping. So she took it upon herself, since her words were not working, to take her tiny little broom that she has for herself and start shooing my ankles while I was trying to jump.
Like she was an elderly woman in a cartoon frightened of a mouse.
I am the mouse.
You are the mouse.
She is the old woman. It is very hard to be active and jumping on a trampoline when you have somebody shoving a broom between your legs.
Yeah.
So I stopped.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. I have not tried it since. I need to try it again. The goal is to just put it downstairs because that's where her trampoline is well, and I don't want to turn it into like urban air up in my living room.
Urban air.
That's what it's called, right? The trampoline parks?
I think so. I've never been to one.
Oh, okay. The trampolina. That's a Bluey reference.
Okay. I don't know. I haven't seen all the episodes, just like 99% of them.
I have seen 100% of the episodes 100% of the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so the tramp isn't
Yeah.
it for Linnea.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yes, but she does somewhat enjoy the bike trailer. She
Mhm.
seems to be more interested in it now. And I live very close to an Aldi, and so I biked to Aldi with her. So she weighs 30 pounds. The bike trailer weighs at roughly 20 to 25. And my groceries were at least 5 to 10 pounds. And I'm
Oh, sure.
just hauling,
Yeah.
man.
And now you were, when we were talking about this before, you were telling me that you had some, I don't know if concerns is the right word. You had some concerns about that you were only really feeling this work happen in your legs, and you had some trepidation
Yes.
about like the resulting physique of only ever doing lower body focused workouts.
The resulting physique of what I described as Princess Leia on the bottom and
Yes. Yeah.
Jabba the Hutt on top.
And Jabba on top.
And I'm looking to Leia all over.
Right. And then I said to lay it all over the house. Am I right? That's what I like to do. And then we talked a little bit about spot reduction, which apparently you told me your friends say puts a glaze over their eyes when they go on fitness rants. That's too bad because they're gonna get one of those. I'm gonna do it again. So it's
Get
because
those donuts ready, bitches. It's
that'd be
glazing time.
glaze it up because you made the fatal error of telling me that other people have told you that the fitness information I give is sometimes valuable and surprising to them. So on the off chance, and listen to this, doesn't
Yes.
know or or worse misunderstands the myth of spot reduction. Here we go. I'm going to put on my scholarly hat. So, spot reduction is the idea that you can exercise a certain part of your body and tone specifically that, or lose fat on specifically that part of your body. For example, doing bike rides to only lose fat around your legs, doing sit ups to only lose fat around your midsection. However, anyone who has done this for a period of time knows from experience that spot reduction isn't real, it doesn't exist. It persists in the fitness industry because it is a really good selling point and because it makes like bro science sense. It makes like reasonable sense. Like if I work out this body part becomes more fit. There's fat around it. Fitness involves losing fat. Ergo, working out and doing 1,000 sit-ups every day, I should have trim, sick abs, but it doesn't work that way. Because, as we brought up before, your body is a survival machine whose only concern is to keep your ticker ticking for as long as possible, basically by any means necessary. And a big part of that is fuel retention. And for your body, the most efficient, important source of fuel is stored body fat. And your body will actually eat its own muscles. Your body will digest muscle off your bones before it decides to start eating stored body fat. That's how valuable it considers it. And you can't control the pace at which your body sheds fat, and you certainly can't control where you shed weight from on your body. Generally speaking, it will fall off in the reverse order that it was put on. So if someone, say, begins to gain weight and they gain weight first in their hips and then in their arms and then in their stomach, when they begin to lose weight, they will lose weight generally first off their stomach, then off their arms, then off their hips. So it goes on, then it comes off. It's a FIFO thing, first in, first out. That's from
Or if
my,
you're a woman, it comes out of your boobs no matter what.
actually, I have heard that, so I'm afraid that's anecdotally true.
Every single time.
Every time.
It's
Every
like you're
time.
going to remain fat, but you're just going to have smaller boobs.
Sorry, because your body doesn't consider it like a high priority, like a high value area to store fat.
Rude. It's where
Which
I hold
sucks.
most of my value.
You're a valuable person, Rachel. Outside of that, you're and a fit person. On top of that,
Well, it also kept my kid alive for her
yeah,
first year, so that's pretty cool.
that's
Um,
pretty rad. Mine never did that.
quick, yeah, your useless nipples. Um, quick follow up question about spot reduction. So,
Yeah,
spot reduction is a myth? What about spot gain? As in when people say like it's leg day. So when they're doing leg day, is that also a myth?
no, that's a really good question actually. So the reason it's different is because fat cells in muscle tissue is what we're talking about. We're talking about like a leg day or a back day, a body part split, bodybuilding split. The reason those are true, not true, is because they are developed differently on the body. Your muscles are developed inside of your body as a stress response. They are something that your body puts on purpose at great expense to calorie to caloric energy, in order to adapt to a repeated sort of strain. So I talked about this a little bit last time. Let's say you do 50 push-ups today. Tomorrow you're really, really sore. You have never done 50 push-ups in a row before. Your wrists hurt, your chest hurt, whatever. Your body isn't adapted to it. It's not used to it. Once you recover, you do 50 push-ups again. It doesn't take as long for that soreness to wear off. Then a few days after that, you do 50 push-ups. A day and a half later, you do 50 push-ups. The next day, you do 50 push-ups. Now your body is starting to say, this is a repeated stressor, this is a repeated strain, this is something we need to adapt to do in order to become more efficient at it and use less calories to do 50 push-ups, just as the example. And so your body builds muscle. You get stronger, you get sore less often, you get sore for less long. That's how you build muscle. That's why something like leg day, you do it every week, you do the same exercises, you do a little bit heavier weights, or you do a little bit more repetitions, whatever. The point of that is to force your body to have to adapt to do this like survival technique where it gets itself stronger, to the point where if you keep doing exactly the same, if you only ever do 50 push-ups, eventually it'll feel like nothing. Well, not nothing. Eventually you'll stop seeing results from it. You won't get stronger anymore, and you won't see like definition, whatever, in your upper body, because your body has adapted to it. So now you need to start progressing. You do 55 push-ups, or you do the same number faster, or you do clapping push-ups or one arm push-ups or something like that instead. Like you need, once your body has adapted to something, you need to progress it to force your body to then adapt again. So you're kind of playing leapfrog with your own physiology, which is kind of like, there's two ways to think about it. Like for like my circle where I am, that's kind of like the fun part of like constantly having yes, and that's the other half where it's like, what fucking bullshit, I just got good at these, now I gotta do more and harder. But it's like that's the ongoing project, you know. I usually think of like fitness as a hobby, fitness as a passion, not even just bodybuilding, but like working out. Like I work out for a lot of reasons, mostly because I enjoy it. I think of it a lot as like working on a car, like being like a gearhead, but like my body, to see like a total bro, but like my body is the machine. Because like there's just always something you could be doing a little bit better. There's something you could be changing. There's something you could affect differently, and you don't always know exactly how it's going to be until you like experiment a little bit with it first. So that's kind of how I like doing things. I'm a creative, experimental person overall, and just very like, I have to like be touching things all the time, sensory, whatever. Yeah. So to answer your question, spot reduction, yes, a myth, because your body will hold on to fat however it can. Spot gain, muscle gain, real, because your body is intentionally adapting to repeated strain, to repeated stress.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That process, by the way, of growth muscle is called GAS, G-A-S, General Adaptative Syndrome. Same thing happens when you...
Neat. GAS. The acronyms are off the easy.
They are off the chain. They're pretty neat. It's a real gas.
OTC.
Yeah. Over the counter.
Both failed jokes at the same time.
That's more failed joke density than you get in a normal podcast, guys. You're welcome.
That's true.
Yeah.
Double the shit jokes. I realized that we never really finished talking about hitting my goal weight.
Yes, I was actually looking at my little notebook here. I want to talk about our battle with the scale too, because that has been sort of like the part 2 of this little journey here. So like I feel like if hitting your goal weight and getting just under is like the end of season 1 of a show, like this scale thing is like the after credits scene, like lining us up for season 2.
Yes, just wait till after the credits, and
exactly.
There I am eating a Jets pizza.
I'm just like directly into the camera staring.
Jets Pizza wants me to be fat.
Bike Locks wants you to be fat. Pizza wants you to be fat. Your daughter's attacking you with cleaning equipment when you try and exercise.
I know when you said, oh, well, maybe we should just take an L for the week because the audio thing didn't listen. I was just like, well, bitch, then I'm going to take an L this week. And eat like shit.
Don't do that.
Yeah, hot tip.
official coaching advice. Don't.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the scale thing here. So we
Yes.
decided to go to church, air quotes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So the plan that we talked about in the previous episode was to go from daily weigh-ins to weekly weigh-ins, after having a talk about it with my therapist, who said, you are significantly too emotionally involved, which I am admittedly, though daily weigh-ins is how I have lost a good amount of weight the two times that I've lost a good amount of weight in
Mhm.
life. Also, the people that I know that have lost 100 plus pounds also weigh themselves daily. Missy's retort was, you're changing your lifestyle for the wrong reasons. You should be changing it because you just want to live a healthier life, because you want to feel better, because you want to set an example for your kid, versus I want to see that number on the scale, because that is not always going to be achievable when you hit plateaus, stuff like that. And you're saying,
Mhm.
I'm not seeing what I want to see. Fuck it. I'm going to eat Jet's Pizza. Um, so I said, that is such a good idea. I am emotionally involved. And I knew the challenge was going to be accountability, because now I have to face the music every 7 days versus every morning. So I'll be like, okay, well, I'll just eat like shit in the very beginning here, and then at the end, more towards the end of the week, then I'll really start ramping it up to make up for it. But
Right. You're trying to
that
game the system
mentality,
already. Yes.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And that will only leave me at the same exact fucking weight, or roughly about. And
Yep.
so after having Jets and quesadillas, some other unwise choices along the road, into my decision to only go to church 1 day a week when my religion was failing and I need to be going. I
Uh,
lost Jesus. I lost my skinny bitch Jesus, and
so just to be clear, when we say going to church, we jokingly mean stepping on the scale because we decided you were going to do it on Sunday mornings.
yes, correct. Yes.
That was going to be our weekly
Um,
weigh-in day.
yes. And we also decided to do it Sunday because then I would have to face the music of my weekend choices
Yes.
immediately.
Yes.
And then the goal that we would record on Sunday. So I
Yeah.
was super down for that idea. And I was also super down to try to cheat the system, uh, which
Mm-hmm.
is pointless. And so today I knew I was like, oh, God, I'm dying to know what my weight is after having these bad decisions, but
Sure.
then mixing in good things, because both of those days I started with a protein shake, then chose to have those other things. So whipped out my scale today, and I am like zero point 0.4 pounds heavier than I was at the weigh-in, at like hitting the goal weight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so not like the worst, but if I had been going as hard as I was for the previous days, it would have been a lot lower. And so now my motivation is back at it, and I made a really good dinner,
Yeah.
and so we had talked previously before the call that I just don't think I'm ready
Yeah.
to not do daily check-ins, because right now I would like to say I'm doing this for my daughter, but right
Mm-hmm.
now I'm doing this to say instant gratification on the scale, um,
Sure.
which it's a journey, baby. It's a journey physically. It's a
Yeah.
journal. It's a journey mentally.
Yeah.
Um, so
And
for
I
now,
had some thoughts and feedbacks about that too. And I have, I think, the whole time, um, like with what Missy said, but like that's, you have to stop weighing every day because you're too emotionally invested in it. Like that immediately struck me as like, just it didn't sit right with me as your coach. And I think like right before the call, like we really settled. Like I discovered like what it is. It's like I think you should be emotionally invested in it. Is what I was talking about right before we got jumped on. Like
right.
I think it should matter to you. I think like this goal of being under a certain weight isn't unhealthy. Losing weight is the
Right.
point. Like you want, like you said, you want to show your daughter that it can be done. You want to show her that like you're fit, like the importance of it, and like all of that is not somehow distinct or separate from lowering your number on the scale. We're like objectively right now, seeing a lower number on the scale for you is healthier. It is progress. It
Mm-hmm.
is moving in the right
Mm-hmm.
direction. It is the symptom of making all these other decisions, quote unquote, the right ones. It is making progress minded decisions, making progress forward habits happen. All of that adds up to seeing lower numbers on the scale. And like I'm not
Right.
always going to say that. I'm never going to say that to every person in every scenario. I'm not always going to say that to you, because there's going to be times where that's not the
Yeah.
case. Like right now, where
I think,
we're at,
yeah, right now it is the case because I am
yeah,
morbidly obese. I don't have, like 40 pounds to lose. I have 100+ pounds to lose.
yeah. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're trying to do. And like every pound that we can do matters.
Right,
It's like a race
exactly.
against time. This stuff only gets harder as we get older. There's no reason not to like go hard now while you're excited about it, while you're fresh, while the novelty is still there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
While we're not even like weightlifting or anything like that just yet, and before we start pulling out the big guns, while it's still new, I see no reason for us not to get emotionally invested in yourself.
Yeah, I
Right?
agree.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, so I think Missy said she wants me to come up with a list of 10 internal goals versus external goals.
Okay.
She was basically saying internal goals are like how you feel.
Yeah.
She said, I can feel when I am reaching a point of my weight that like I can feel my stomach touch my legs when
Mm.
I'm like leaning over or something like that, which sounds great. Oh, your stomach only touches your legs when you lean over. Must be nice. Um,
Open eyes.
and then she also said like, yeah, I've never been over 200 pounds, and she didn't say it as a brag. She was just saying it as a part of information. And then I was instantly like, I thought you were one of us.
Deceiver.
Yes, you
Charlatan.
fucking liar.
Yeah.
You've just been playing a fat girl this whole time.
On TV.
But apparently she's like 5'2", whatever.
Whatever.
Excuses, honestly. So
That bike lock wants her to be under 5 foot.
exactly. So yeah, I think but I am struggling with
Yes.
internal goals versus like, in my opinion, what is a dream board of losing weight. A dream board would be,
Yeah.
I went to Target today and I saw all these cute ass clothes that are so on brand for me.
Mm.
And they were all just like the regular sizes. I do think Target goes up to like an XXL, but I am
Mm.
far away from an XXL,
Sure.
especially just normal sizes. And because there's a difference between an XXL in normal sizes and then a 2X in plus sizes.
Oh.
Yeah, many people don't know, especially. That's a totally different story.
Okay.
Yeah. I told this business owner to get some plus sizes in her shirts, and she just got double XL. And I'm like, that ain't it, bitch.
You think you're doing it, but you're
Yeah,
not.
tell me you've never been fat without telling
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so an internal goal would be to know that I can go into a regular store. I grew up hating going to malls with my friends.
Oh
You
yeah.
want to go to the mall? Fuck no. Because do you want to buy a button down at Lane Bryant with me? No.
I don't want to buy the button down at Lane Bryant.
Right.
Yeah.
And I can't fit into your sequin wet seal shirts. So that always smell weird.
Everyone loses. It always smells weird.
Yes. And so I would always go into those fucking stores with my skinny bitch friends and look at purses or something. And it was just so goddamn demeaning to be like, I know the store associate knows, my friends know
Yeah.
that they're all trying on clothes and they're coming out. I'm like, it looks great, you stupid fucking cunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I think I need to work on this list of internal goals
Yeah.
more with Missy because I don't exactly understand it. I have a lot of dream board goals, but internal goals, I don't fucking know.
I don't really see a difference between these dream board goals and an internal goal.
I don't really think so either.
Yeah.
And those dream board goals are so down the line. And that's why I think right now the
Mhm.
dream board goals are not going to be enough motivation.
Yeah.
Seeing the results every single morning
Yeah.
is the motivation that's working right now.
Yeah. So when anyone who has taken a course in personal training is, I hope so anyways, is familiar with a SMART goal. SMART. And a SMART goal is a type of goal you want.
Another acronym for you.
It's full of them, dude. This whole world is everything I say is in a brev. So it's a type of goal that we are encouraged to help our clients create, usually on their own. A good coach doesn't give a client a goal. A good coach helps a client come to their own, it's like leading them there. I help you get to where you need to go. But a SMART goal
Right.
is, let's see if I can remember this. It
Okay.
is, what the fuck is S? I'm off to a bad fucking start. I've been a personal trainer for 12 years. I haven't had to take this test in a long fucking time, you guys. All my fitness
Oof.
friends are screaming in their cars right now what it
Yes,
is.
absolutely.
Uh,
It's soup.
it's fucking something. It's measurable. It's
It's
nobody listen really quick to my pop, 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 pop. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Finally remember that off the top
we
of my head
got
with
there.
zero help. So I think what you're talking about with this goal weight is that it is specific. I want to be this weight or below. It is measurable. It's literally looking at numbers. It is achievable. We're very close. We've been there before. We know what to do. We can do it again. It's relevant.
Right.
These internal goals that you're talking about, these dream board goals, are tied directly to this weight moving down. It's not time bound because we haven't set that. That's usually the one thing I'm not super duper strict on with a lot of this stuff because it's not like we're trying to lose weight for a wedding or something like that. I mean,
Right.
before you die, I think would be a good time to achieve these goals. But
I think so.
that's really everyone's like window. There's some guy on fucking Facebook a while back in one of my fitness groups that I'm in who's talking about like what's like the window for protein consumption after a weightlifting workout. Like, is it 20 minutes? Is it an hour? Like when can his wording was so like you can definitely tell who's not been working out for a long time, and I don't mean that in a demeaning way at all. It's just like the type of questions people ask. And he's clearly very new at this. He's majoring in the minors. Is this kind of thing. It's like, but when do I consume the protein? When do I eat protein? There's a lot of answers in there that were good and kind of way, just like 20 minutes, whatever. And I typed in and said, technically, your protein consumption window is the rest of your natural life, because you just eat the protein, dude. Like, don't overthink it. Like, it doesn't need to be an optimal time to make a shake of science powder and consume it. You just eat fucking chicken at home, man. Like,
Oh my god.
You don't got to think about it so hard. What?
I think that's a legitimate question and an illegitimate answer. And I feel for that guy.
Okay, so
I was gonna ask you the best time to like eat, I guess, before or after I went on my 3-mile bike ride today. And before I went, I had sausage and pierogies, and I'm like, feel like,
oh man, how'd that feel in the tummy?
Oh yeah, not great. And I really wanted to take a nap, but instead I went for a bike ride.
Sausage and pierogies is a great take a nap meal. Like right after, just lay down.
It wanted me to nap so hard.
That bike lock wants
with
me
the
to
lights on
right now. So I'm sorry. So yeah, like I said, I don't mean to be demeaning with that. It's just one of those things that comes up when you've been in this field for over a decade. Like, I've seen that question so many times, and I've given the answer so many times. And like the people who worry about
when do you brush your dog? Forever.
Yeah, like the people who ask that question the most, like the most times, and like with the most like fervent need for it, are usually the people who don't stick around for very long, because you're just so
Yeah.
worried about the details that we're not missing. Like, the point is to consume this protein over the course of the day. The point is not to have the perfect workout routine. The point is to work out.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
it's not
Yes.
to have the perfect diet. It's to have one that is goal oriented and sustainable every day,
Right.
which means that some days are 20% of your hundo maximum gold star sticker. Some days are like an 85%. Some days are 100, whatever. That's like once in a blue moon, you know? But as long as you
Right.
have more days that are like 80, I think I said a while ago, like, if you are 80% compliant with your program, you will see 80% of the goals with like 80% of the effort. Like, you don't have to,
Yes, that
yeah,
that's what I was confused about because I've always heard the 80-20 rule is losing weight is 80% nutrition, 20% working out.
that is also, yes, I would say that is an accurate statement. That's an accurate split. But yeah, I remember we had some
Yeah,
confusion about the 80-20 rule a
we
while
sure
ago.
did.
Yeah, maybe like
Oopsies.
episode one. Oopsies, oopsie daisies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're kind of saying the same. I think we're on the same page. We just took different books to get there. Um,
Right.
as far as like, we tried weighing in once a week. Turns out that's not really the move. Turns out the move is to continue weighing in every day.
Right.
I think if it's problematic, the solution isn't to take away this useful tool. It is to adjust the way we are viewing it, adjust our reactions to it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right?
Yes. Yes. Agreed. And I told you before the episode that I wanted to make a habit of listening to previous episodes before recording,
Yeah.
which I only sort of did. But I was going to talk about the fact that I kind of had a prolific moment, which maybe everyone else is thinking as well. I was listening to myself talk, and I'm like, you know, am I the one that has a problem with fat people? Am I the drama?
Rachel, I've known you your whole life. Let me be the first to
I
tell you,
am
you are the drama.
always.
You are always the drama, my dude. Oh
My
man,
sis.
my sister.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, these fucking fit people hate it, and skinny bitches, and these fat cows. And I was like, oh, that kind of sounds like somebody that hates fat people.
But I think that's a very, I want to applaud you really quick for that. That is a, like I said, a huge moment of realization for you. That's a big clarity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do hate fat people. And I think a lot of that gets tied up
Yes.
into what we talked about episode one, about how we're just like conditioned to hate people who are overweight, like in
Mm-hmm.
society in general. And sorry, bud, you live in society. We live in a society.
Right.
Joker.jpg.
But I will maybe or like hone that down into I don't necessarily hate fat people. Sad statement to make. I think I just hate myself.
I
Because
think that is also sad, but more accurate. Yes.
yes, like at my Target trip, I saw a plus size girl on an ad for like makeup, nothing to do with being plus size, and I was just like, "Fuck yeah,
Good for her.
I love that." And
Yeah.
I saw when I was out for my bike ride, I saw a fellow fat.
Yeah.
No, I saw a fellow fit
There you go.
person,
Yep.
and I thought, "Get it, girl." Instead of like, "What are you doing, you cow on a bike?"
Yeah.
Um, so and I had also talked to Missy about this that damn, I wish I could have the confidence that I have in my personality as I do for my body.
Yeah.
Because if I thought the same way as I do about my personality as I do my body, then my body would be an absolute knockout because I think I'm amazing.
I love you so much, Rachel. And you are
So,
amazing. You're a really wonderful person to be around.
thank you.
Yeah.
I was also bringing it up because there is this person that I wanted another mom friend, and she's not a mom friend, she's a mom acquaintance, and I want her to be my best friend.
You
I
have so
want to
many.
add her
Leave
to
some for
my
the rest of
army
us.
of best
You
friends.
leave some for the rest of
No.
us, dude.
No.
Go get your own.
I told this specific mom, maybe that's one of the reasons she doesn't fucking like me. I said, I collect moms. I collect mom friends like Pokemon.
I was gonna say it sounds like a Pokemon situation. God damn, dude.
And she just refuses to be caught. Um,
You gotta hold down B.
I
Uh,
am Rach Ketchum, and
nice.
she is Mewtwo,
Wow.
refuses to enter
Wow.
my Pokeball.
You that Master Ball, son. And she didn't react well to that.
No, no, she did. I don't know. There's a lot to that story. Actually, no, never mind.
I
TMI
just
of how desperate I am to be friends with this woman.
why? She should be desperate to be friends with
Well, okay,
you.
no, I'm saying so. Honestly, that logistically, I'm desperately want to be friends with her because she lives like 4 houses down from me. She has a
Oh,
kid the same age.
yeah.
She's overall a super cool chick. I know that we think alike on a lot of different things,
Hmm.
but she is a very reserved person. I am
That's gonna be
anything
hard.
but.
Yes, this is gonna be a difficult match.
But I am just fucked up on why she will not be friends with me. And so I was saying to Missy, I don't understand why she doesn't want to be friends with me. Anybody would be lucky to be friends with me. I'm fantastic.
Hell yeah.
And so I wish I could say anybody would be lucky to look at me. I'm beautiful. And
You
I
can
hate
say
to,
that.
I can, but I don't feel like that.
Okay.
I think it's gross to say, like, I think I have a nice face because that is a really annoying thing to say to a fat chick or a fat person overall is that, well, you have a great face, but
Mm.
your entire body looks like Jabba, which is fucking rude.
Yeah.
So don't say that to fat people. People. Rebel Wilson actually talks about that. But anywho, so I guess an internal goal would to have the same confidence that I have about my personality.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean
So,
that makes a lot of sense.
right, because so we lightly talked about in the episode that got scrapped that a guy that I started dating
God, yes.
met my skinny friend and ditched me for her,
In like
and
middle school.
in like middle school, yeah.
Okay.
And then I decided to be unhinged and message him about it like 2 weeks ago. Uh,
So there was a separation of 2 decades.
Consciousness. Oh yeah, that too.
There was a separation of consciousness. Oh, for sure.
But thinking about it, I'm like, he ditched me because I'm fat. But the friend that he ditched me for is, yes, skinny, but also a way different person than me personality wise.
Yeah,
And my personality is a lot.
it
So.
is.
So, my mind obviously just goes to it's because she's skinny, not
Mm.
because she's less boisterous.
Less boisterous. God.
I am a boisterous bitch. I'm a BB.
Dude, we need shirts that say boisterous bitch on it for sure.
Boisterous bitch biking
Oh
club.
my god. Do not make vests. Old guys will get mad at you.
Yeah, I know colors. I know the B squared.
B square.
I know the B
I
squared
know the
gang.
Dementor's kissing Azkaban almost killed that man. He was wrongly imprisoned. How dare you wear his colors to this event? For charity. I'm getting bent out of shape
Oh,
about a book
God.
at a charity event. Anyways,
God.
grown men are just the most reasonable people on the planet Earth.
Yes. Have you heard the expression, if only I had the confidence of a mediocre white man?
I say that often.
Yes, God, I love it.
It's very funny and accurate.
Also, let's end this episode with sharing just funny quotes about weight from our different worlds. My world
Yes.
as a fat fit, your world as a fit. That
Okay.
that in the fat world we say you got to be two something to do something.
As
As
in,
in, you need to be over 200 pounds to do something,
whatever it is.
whatever it is, to be
Something.
a bad bitch.
To be a boisterous bitch.
To be a
bikes
boisterous bitch.
in my spaghetti. And in the
Oh God, yes.
in the deep cut reference.
Deep cut.
And in the fitness circles that I am privy to in my algorithms, men tell each other that if you are under 185 pounds, you are quote unquote victim weight. So just a big discrepancy here in like expectations and sort of like ideals, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Lots to unpack there.
To when I think victim, I just think of like serial killer. Like to not be killed by a serial killer, you should be
That's what
over
it
X
is.
amount of pounds.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, you can get picked up and taken away if you're under 185 pretty easily.
Right, which is also ironic to hear it from a guy's point of view. Like, oh, are you worried about being taken away? But so I said that we were going to finish the episode with the quotes.
But we're not.
Just kidding. I'm going to finish the episode
Okay.
to a shout out to this new podcast that I've been listening to that is absolutely mind boggling.
Shout
And
a
it's-
pod on the pod. All right, what is it?
Doing it. It's called Nighttime, I believe, but also if you just look up the Glove Guy.
Okay.
Bro, have you heard of the Glove
No,
Guy?
I haven't heard of the glove guy.
Oh my god, it's about a weird motherfucker that picks up handsome large men and make them put on gloves, and then he gets excited. And that's where we'll leave you.
That's where we're going to end. Advertising
Yeah.
someone else's podcast. I have been your host, Rob Finlayson, certified personal trainer, elder brother. If you want to jump on your own health and fitness journey, whatever your goal, you can learn more at rffitness.net, rffitness.net, or find me on Instagram at rf.fitness20. I think I am now, because I recently did the rebrand, whatever.
Yes, it is rf.fitness20.
I'm glad somebody knows. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rachel,
and if you're interested
anything else you want to shout out that isn't something else people are creating?
whatever. I think it is good to support support other podcasts. It's not
Nighttime
some
can
big
shout
ass
us
podcast.
any day now.
Anytime, you guys.
Any night.
We could give you guys a million podcast suggestions. No, my final note is if you have a dog grooming need, I am very selective, and if you want to be considered, you can contact me, but the answer is likely no.
Unless you're Rachel's neighbor from 4 doors down, then to hit her up.
I wish.
Okay, that's
Please
good.
be my friend.
That's good for now, Rachel. I love you. I'll see you later.
Why don't you like me?
Bye.
Okay, bye.
God.